Hi there guys, welcome to another episode of Tech Talk. I'm John Craig and the gentleman on my right is Jean Coetzee. Today we're going to talk about the importance of setting rider and static sag.
Okay guys, let me take you through the basic tools you'll need for this job. The first thing is a center stand, as you can see under the bike here, to get your bike off the ground so you can get your swing arm at the back extended fully. Then you will need a size 4 Allen key on this bike to loosen the lock ring on your spring on the rear shock, the C-spanner to actually adjust the lock ring, and then the last is a simple tape measure. Okay, the first measurement we'll take is the total length as extended on your swing arm from the tip of the swing arm to the actual mark. There is an indication mark on the plastic here that says sag. So just make sure you work from the same point on the swing arm all the time to the same point on the plastic with all your different measurements. So first, I'll just put my tape measure there, get to this sag mark here. This is 625 millimeters on the top here. As you can see, 625 millimeters. That is the total length of the swing arm extended. And I think next we will do static measurement. For static sag, the bike has to be under its own weight only, upright, not on the side stand. And then you'll take the same measurements from the same point on the swing arm to the same point on the plastic and note that down as well, as you'll need it a bit later on to calculate the static sag. So the static sag will actually be the difference between the total extended length minus the measurement you get now under the weight of the bike on its own. So this will be the measurement for the static sag, exact same points, just the bike under its own weight, there's nothing on it. Then we'll see this comes out to 500 and I'll say 590 millimeters. So this will then be subtracted by the 625 we got earlier, and that is 35 millimeters, which is actually very close to the specified sag in the manual. For this 150 TPI it's 37 millimeters, so we can just go ahead and adjust that a bit until we get the right sag. To adjust this, you first undo this bolt for Allen key. Goes in there, it unlocks the locking ring sitting on this ring that adjusts your spring. This moves up and down on that thread. So obviously if I tighten this down, it will put more pressure on the spring, reducing my sag, and if I loosen it up, I'll get more sag. It's also a good idea to have your rear wheel off the ground, as it takes the excess weight off the spring, otherwise you're going to battle to turn that ring. So on this one, I'm just going to go up a bit for demonstration purposes. Give a couple of turns, depends on how far you're out, and then check your sag again and come back, turn it until you got the desired value. So after you're done, just make sure you put this thing in an accessible location and tighten that down. Just make sure your ring doesn't move. Okay, cool. So with the rider on the bike, you go to the same points from the swing arm to the plastic. Take the measurement again there. This is 505 millimeters, and then this measurement subtracted from the total extended measurement will give you your rider sag. So just to summarize, this is the measurements we took. So the static sag will be the difference between your total extended measurement, which is 625, minus your static measurement, which comes down to 35 millimeters. So yeah, as I said, according to the manual, this will be adjusted to 37 millimeters because that's what it specifies in the manual. And then the rider sag we got is again the total extended measurement minus the rider measurement. And now this, as you can see, is 120 millimeters, which is too much. According to the manual, you want around 110 millimeters of rider sag. Your static sag you can adjust by your ring on the shock, but then to adjust your rider sag, you definitely need to change a spring. So if your rider sag is too much, you're gonna have to go for a heavier rate spring. You cannot technically, according to the book, adjust your ring to get your rider sag right, then your static sag will be way too little. So yeah, your static sag you set with the ring, your rider sag you have to change spring rates according to your weight. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below and make sure to like and subscribe to receive any future content.
Well, we hope you found this episode informative, and stay tuned for more episodes, and we will see you again next week.